And our second match in the 8-man bracket is underway. Jayden Ruthford, head almost touching the roof of the venue. This man is a behemoth. Great work by Jason Powell to immediately start off balancing Jayden Ruthford. Jason Powell competing out of what I believe is a gym he just recently opened, Platinum Jiu-Jitsu, and Jason Powell fairly unfazed by the massive size of Jayden Ruthford. Finds himself on bottom position after being thrown, but doesn't seem too stressed just yet. Jason Powell is a very seasoned veteran. He has been training and competing for a very long time, easily over a decade. So I can imagine he will not be easily flustered by an opponent who's very large. Jason Powell looking to make an entry on the legs there. And I would expect we're probably going to see that again. It would be very reasonable to assume Jason Powell's easiest path to victory in this match is probably going to be some form of leg entanglement and leg lock. Unfortunately for Jason Powell, finds himself pinned at the bottom of side mount, fighting his way back to a half guard. But this is just not a position you want to be on the bottom of when your opponent is 6'7" and easily probably 120 to 130 kilos in my estimation. Apologies to Jayden Ruthford if I got that wrong. Jason Powell now in on what we call a false reap, which is an entry on the legs. He had the grip, but Jayden Ruthford just proving a little bit too massive, and also props to him. He was very aware of the attack, straightened his leg at the right time, and totally shut it down. Now forcing Jason Powell to carry his entire body weight on the back of his head and shoulders, which is one of the most fatiguing positions in the entire sport of grappling. Some deep breaths from Jason Powell. And I'd say any moment now we can look for Jayden Ruthford to try and insert hooks on Jason Powell. Jason Powell trapped in a closed turtle there on the bottom. I'd say as soon as the great work by Jason Powell, I thought he was going to get his back taken, manages to recover his guard. And Jayden Ruthford's corner and coach calling ride that, meaning the knee on belly position Jayden Ruthford's currently in. Crushing Jason Powell, finding himself now close to taking the back. The problem for Jayden Ruthford is going to be that Jason Powell will not be submitted by any form of silly mistake. And I would say Jayden Ruthford probably won't get a finish unless he gets on Jason Powell's back. It's my suspicion. I could be proven wrong, but I would say Jayden Ruthford's best chance of finishing this match is going to be with a rear strangle. Jason Powell, very disciplined with his defense. And this must be a frustrating match for Jason Powell because he's doing, in a lot of positions, everything right and still just not really making any progress. Because he is maybe the slightly smaller athlete. Not to take anything away from Jayden Ruthford, he's doing a great job playing a game that suits his style. Still a very technical and talented grappler. Our second round is underway. I would be very surprised if Jason Powell wasn't actively looking for some sort of leg entry. Brutal snapdowns by Jayden Ruthford, sorry. Finds himself on the back of Jason Powell. Not the most efficient lift and return, but gets the job done nonetheless. And the problem is when you're standing up with someone in stand-up position, you're wrestling someone that much taller than you, how are you going to try and get their hands to the mat? If you try and snap them down, it's so easy for them to underhook you because you have to basically reach for the sky to collect a collar tie on your opponent. Props to Jason Powell in this match. Very interested to see how he tries to navigate the rest of it, as it looks very difficult. Jayden Ruthford sinking in a head-arm triangle. Looks like it's on. Jason Powell was thinking about tapping, and he does. Great finish by Jayden Ruthford. Not just a big guy, very technical as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner from the red corner, Jayden Ruthford.